He said, I love my Defender. He said, I'm not one of your usual clients who wants to spend tens of thousands of pounds on it. So we've gone with new diff oils, we've gone with transfer box oils, major service on the Puma engine, give it a really good flush, put some nice new Castrol in there, some 530, really good stuff. He wants to come back in maybe 6 months' time and have the chassis tidied up. But for now, we're doing things like Gwyn Lewis, drop arm conversion, upgraded joints. It did suffer with death wobble, guys, so it is having a full Super Pro bush kit throughout. So don't be afraid, if you've got a 90 and it just wants a refresh, this is 45,000 miles, I think, and it's basically having a new lease of life. Hi guys, welcome to Mahker. I'm Dave, for those of you that don't know me, and today I'm going to be taking you around the workshop and showing you what's going on. And later on this episode, I'm going to tell you about these two cars that are up for grabs.
Bruno, we don't actually see chassis at this stage of the treatment very often.
No,
so
not really.
Explain, where are we in the process?
Where we are now, all of it's been blasted, and what this purple stuff is that you can see is called rust converter. And basically what I do before I put the primer on is, in the spots that it was really quite bad, I'd put on some of this rust converter. It just helps protect against it rusting in future, just another layer of protection really. And also one thing that's a little bit unfortunate with this chassis, especially with it being 2010, I believe, is upon blasting, all these bits here, all these nice lovely rotten pieces, they were all just full of filler. So obviously, before it was blasted and it was all still made up, didn't look like there was any rot there, but now with it all exposed, it just blasts that filler straight out, and that's what we're left with. So as you can see, and as you may think, it's too far gone to actually repair. Therefore, it's going to have to be cut off, and it's having a new cross member put on. What we're putting on is a heavy duty rear cross member, and if you look in here as well, you can see that these standard ones, they're double skinned, which are not good, because obviously water and all sorts of grime can get in between the layers, sit there, and then it all goes rotten, which is what's happened here. Also, with this skin here, means when you're washing it, you can't get your pressure washer in and behind there, so it just has loads of mud and just, more not good stuff sat behind there, just rotting away. So with the cross member that we're putting on, all that's open. So when it comes for when you come to wash it, you can just wash all the mud and all the muck straight out. So it's loads better, and should theoretically mean that it'll last longer as well, because it's less chances of it rotting.
Pete, what are we doing in Little Hilda today?
Just finished all the brackets now for the slide out kitchen. All bolted in, all level.
So is it these parts here, these are for the kitchen that's going in here?
These, there's going to be a rail that goes across there, and then the whole, it's going to be like drawers, a sink, an induction hob, and it's all going to slide out on rails out of that door. Door's been modified as well, so it goes all the way back to 90 degrees.
Is there anything else you've had to sort of bear in mind while designing this bracketry with the batteries or anything?
It's just using the space that we've got available, basically. There's not a great deal of space, but it's about getting all this as tight as possible, and then just working with what you've got.
So Project Little Hilda, Pete's been busy these last 2 weeks, been building this frame. So if you look in here, you see this reinforced frame. This is tied down to the original seat points. These seat points are tied down to the chassis. There's a brace underneath here that I'll show you in a moment. This frame here is going to carry the drawers that's going to carry his catering equipment, and I think the drawer is nearly 7 feet, so it comes out the whole length of the car. So these needed to be really strong. So we made these out of 6mm stainless steel. Stainless steel because it won't corrode. And obviously the strength of this, guys, we want this to be resilient to everything. We don't want the damp getting in here and the chance of like powder coating coming off. So we've gone with stainless, and we've gone with the brace. You see here, he's made these nice aluminium up posts. So in the event of an accident or a rollover, these batteries physically can't go anywhere. It's tied to the B posts, it's tied to the sills, it's tied to the HDG brackets that drop down to the chassis. And if you look under here, you see this frame here? That there is then bolted. I think it's about 15 bolts, maybe 16 bolts, that then that anchors down to the chassis itself. So strength and safety is maximised. Firstly, we're putting the body back onto the chassis and reuniting it, and then it'll be off to Bear Tough for its full install of the overland drawer systems. John's having a nice coffee machine and everything in here. It's going to be pretty damn cool. So we have this LT1 8-speed automatic Defender 110 for sale, guys. This is a beautiful spec. Alcantara half leather seats, all heated. It's got air conditioning, it's got all the bells and whistles. This has some serious brakes on board. We're looking, guys, for offers of £150,000. There's no VAT on this car. It's being sold for a customer of ours. And this one here, Defender 90 that we've got sale, this is a 2.2 stage 2, full stainless exhaust system. Everything's been good on this car. Air conditioning, XS, electric windows. We've gone with the latest stainless steel side rails, same as the 110. Both these cars, guys, are like no expense spared builds. If you look inside, this one here has the vintage interior and the wooden wheel. We've gone classic with this, with a nice touch of bronze billet hinges. This car will be on our website, and so will this one later on today. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. Great cars, ready to go, and you can miss the waiting list. So what we've got here, this 90 came in from a good client of ours, Andy, and he asked me, he said, Dave, he said, I love my Defender. He said, I'm not one of your usual clients who wants to spend tens of thousands of pounds on it. He said, but I might one day, so I need to keep him sweet. So we've gone with new diff oils, we've gone with transfer box oils, major service on the Puma engine, give it a really good flush, put some nice new Castrol in there, some 530, really good stuff, and basically giving it a refresh. So He wants to come back in maybe 6 months' time and have the chassis tidied up. But for now, we're doing things like Gwyn Lewis, drop arm conversion, upgraded joints. It did suffer with death wobble, guys, so it is having a full Super Pro bush kit throughout. So don't be afraid. If you've got a 90 and it just wants a refresh, this is 45,000 miles, I think. And it's basically having a new lease of life because he uses it every day. He actually works it, he takes it on quarries. His job is aggregates and supplies. So it's a 90 that earns its living. So there you have it. So we've just had a new supply of our, so this is the second generation door handle. These are billet, these are hard anodized, guys. So these will be super arduous to, like scratches, keys, rough hands, I want to say. They won't tarnish like other manufacturers out there. These are, it's the same kind of finish, marines, they have all like marine equipment, boats, etc. And we've got this nice little detail and very subtle branding. We've got wheel centers here, guys, for those of you that are using Motor wheels. These will all be available on the website, guys. So jump on there, and the more you buy, the better deal I'll give you guys. Have the DIY builders and the professional builders out there ever use these? These are the rings that come with, well, they don't come with, I want to say a company designs these, and they sell these as a finishing hub for the bottom of these Artlist tweeters. You normally have to grind off the old one, faff about for a good hour, I want to say, and then you glue it in, and then you risk glue tarnishing your dashboard, etc. So we've come up with this design. So we offer them in black and we offer them in silver. So what we designed is the Artlist tweeter. You see in there, there's a little fixing, little M4 fixing. Basically, in the back of the little Artlist tweeter, so we came up with this little plate. Our engineer designed this plate from scratch and made a little hand press to make the little stainless tabs there. So this lives in the back of there, and you literally go up to a dashboard and click it in. Job done. So we've got black and we've got silver, guys. These will be available on the website, so keep your eyes peeled. And you see that there? How beautiful does that look? No messing about. Pull the old one out, clip that in, join your wires up, finished job. So this is the Tomb Raider restoration project. And what I mean by the restoration project is it's been fully mechanically rebuilt. We haven't redone the bodywork because the customer actually uses this and abuses it really. Basically takes it shooting, beats it up a little bit and doesn't want to make it too pretty, if that makes sense. So what we're doing now is Paul from Wartech is plugged into the other end of this, tethered to my phone, and he's basically monitoring what's going on that screen. And we're looking at what the lambas are doing, we're looking at what O2 sensors are doing, we're looking at map sensors, basically to see if what this car's actually doing. And we've tried something different with this swap. This is an 8-speed, and we've gone with a taller ratio transfer case to maximise the 8th gears. So those of you that don't know the 8-speed box, the advantage of having those gears is to basically hold a gear for more exceptional times, if you like. So let me just get the seatbelt in. Safety is always paramount. So what we're doing now is taking the car for its first gentle drive, and what we're going to do is log everything that's going on from. So what it's doing, there's going to be knock sensors going off, there's going to be all sorts of things, and we're just going to do like a diagnostic check to make sure the car is safe, and it's reading everything it should be reading basically. So you see like a gear shift somewhere, it'll say like what gear we're in. From what I'm feeling now, the car feels too tall geared, so we need to drop the shift points basically and make the car hang on to the gears a little bit longer because it's feeling a little bit laboured, if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to go back, give Paul a ring and say, Paul, you need to change this, this and this, and then we'll go for another go. Sounds the part, this one.
Does sound good, doesn't it?
You're a cover model.
What?
You're on the cover of a magazine.
Well, Landrover, man.
Have you seen it?
No.
Is it the one with the white 90s?
Will it come out now?
Yeah. I seen some.
Isn't it ages, isn't it?
You can see your face, man.
There's you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there you go.
So in the fabrication corner, guys, it's a bomb site because John's a messy thing. So what we've been doing here, you'll notice this tank used to be square. Justin, my client in America, he has bought everything off me. He's bought a 90 body off me, he's bought a full exhaust system, LS3 engine mount, LS3 cradle. He's basically bought it in kit form, and here is what John's actually cut away. So this was there. And the reason why he's cut this away, guys, is because my client said, Dave, he said, I really love that system that you've just done with the quad tips on the 90. Can I have one? And I was like, oh man. So anyway, we made him an exhaust system on another car when we were mid-build, because we're not fortunate enough to have, you know, various cars upside down so we can make exhaust systems. And if you look up here, this is the quad system. A previous fabricator that worked for me, Nicky, he made these, and beautiful welding as always. And this system will be heading off to America with the tank. So what I had to do, I had to modify the tank to accept the fuel system, if you like. So we mocked all this up prior to shipping and realised that the exhaust was far too close to the tank. So we've modified the tank, we've given him a good inch of clearance for heat, distortion, that kind of thing. So this is on its way, it's going to head off to the powder coaters later this week, and it'll be heading off to Justin in America.
Right, John, what are we working on here?
What I'm doing today is building a brand new rear cross member. I don't know if you've seen the one that Bruno's cutting off at the minute. It's a bit worse for wear. So I'm knocking a brand new one up, making it all look tidy. So we're ready to go back on that vehicle he's working on. Yeah, so this is a heavy duty rear cross member. As you can tell, it's made out of thicker material, which is going to last a hell of a lot longer. And it probably lasts as long as the lifetime of the vehicle, to be fair.
So we've had quite a bit of progress today. What have we got left to do?
We have had a good bit of progress today. What's left to do is get this new rear cross member on. So at the minute, I just want to bolt this, tack this strip on loosely. And maybe I'll provide it the right way around. Should we start that again? That's a bit more like it. Tack this strip on just so we can just make sure all the holes are right and make sure everything lines up nicely. So yeah, just tack a few bolts into this strip, then we can lift up the new cross member, mark everything up, and then Big John can come and work his magic. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
So guys, thanks for watching. I've got to crack on with this now, so I can't spend too much time with you, and I'll see you again later. Thanks again for watching, and like and subscribe.